Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone, and welcome to Boozy Movies.
Where watching movies and making cocktails is what we do.
And today, we have 5 cocktails for you that we guarantee are better than that crappy green pint you're probably going to be getting down at the local pub.
The first drink that we're going to make has 3 ingredients, and so easy a leprechaun can do it. It's called That's Life from the movie Joker.
And our second cocktail is from the movie The Wizard of Oz, and that is the Emerald City. It is beautiful, it is minty, it is elegant, and it will go great after a nice plate of corned beef.
Our third drink is inspired by Ghostbusters called the Slimer.
Tastes just like candy, peanut butter. It's pretty awesome.
It's delicious.
Does anyone know how to say Hakuna Matata in Gaelic? I don't. But our fourth cocktail is from the movie The Lion King, and we have especially adapted it to kind of fit St. Patrick's Day.
And lastly, a cocktail based on our second favorite green landscape, the Shire from Lord of the Rings.
The Fellowship of the Ring.
That's right.
So we're going to start off with That's Life from Joker. So let's get green. In a mixing glass, combine 1 ounce absinthe and a ½ ounce of lime juice. Add ice and stir until chilled. Prepare a Collins glass with a sugar cube and strain cocktail into the glass. Add a sphere and top with ginger beer. Enjoy without a straw. And here is That's Life. Very green as expected. Kind of blends right in. We're basically camouflage here. Very tasty drink. And like you were saying, only 3 ingredients.
Only 3 ingredients, super easy. I would say even for the sort of intro to absinthe type drinker, if you want to try absinthe, this is a great way to start.
You do get the licorice taste from the absinthe, but that ginger beer in there is just really, really, really nice. It just kind of picks the drink up, gives a little zip. The absinthe just kind of blends in really well. You're not going to get probably knocked off your socks.
Yeah, the ginger and the lime really balance it well, so it is not going to be overpowering.
Absolutely, I love the lime in there as well. Oh, it's just absolutely wonderful. And there is a little sugar cube at the bottom, so it kind of fizzles up a little bit.
Yeah, very bohemian, right?
Exactly. So, we're big fans of this drink. Very refreshing. And, you know, if you're kind of looking for a movie in, I don't know, on St. Patrick's Day, I guess the Joker fits.
Why not?
Why not?
But if you hang on until the end, we're going to give you a whole list of great movies to watch on St. Patrick's Day.
Or at least the internet says there.
That's right. On to our next green drink.
The Emerald City, Wizard of Oz. We're off to see the wizard.
Yes.
In a shaker tin, combine 1½ ounces of white rum, ½ an ounce Creme De Menth, ¼ ounce Creme De Cocoa, ¼ ounce Cointreau, and 1 ounce of Aqua Faba or egg white. Fill with ice, a spring, and some more ice, then cover and shake vigorously until chilled. Double strain into your coupe and garnish with an orange twist.
And here is the beautiful Emerald City.
I absolutely love the look of this drink. The green color, you can see very different from That's Life. This almost has just that like turquoise essence, very, well, emerald, right?
Yeah. And I think arguably you could watch Wizard of Oz for a St. Patrick's Day movie, right?
I totally agree. This cocktail sort of reminds me a little bit of like one of those Girl Scout Thin Mint cookies, because you have the Creme De Menth in there, but then the Creme De Cocoa also gives it that sort of chocolatiness as well. But this also has Cointreau, so you get a little bit of the orange in there too.
Yeah, the Cointreau brings in a little bit more acidity, but there's a lot of creaminess to this. As you said, it tastes like a cookie, right?
Absolutely. And very refreshing, but very different in the refreshing sense that like That's Life is.
Exactly. This is a great way to either clean your palate or to sort of do an after dinner drink, especially if you've had some of that corned beef or anything super salty. This would be an amazing drink to follow that dinner with.
Great dessert drink. And if you haven't checked out our Wizard of Oz episode, we also have a Yellow Brick Road. Now, it's not a green drink and probably not one necessarily for St. Patrick's Day, but if you're gonna watch the movie for St. Patrick's Day, you can go ahead, have the Yellow Brick Road as well.
Yes, and with the Yellow Brick Road, if you're wanting a drink to pair with that wonderful traditional Irish dish Kilcannon, I'd say that's the way to go.
Sign me up.
Yeah, turn on some Wizard of Oz, eat some Irish food.
Exactly. All right, well, we're gonna be off to see the wizard after this drink, I'm sure. But we got to get off to drink number 3.
Which is the Slimer, inspired by the Ghostbusters.
In a mixing tin, combine 1.5 ounces peanut butter whiskey, 1.5 ounces Midori, 3/4 of an ounce lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce agave, and a pinch of xanthan gum. Using a frother, froth until thick. Add ice, cover, and shake until chilled. Double strain into a chilled coupe. Express a lemon peel over the top and drop in for garnish. And here is the Slimer. Again, very green, but look at, so different, all 3 of these drinks. That has the hint of green, this is like that turquoise, and then here we have just a very green.
Yes.
Very Slimer green.
Very Slimer green. Looks just like Slimer. The xanthan gum gives it a texture that makes it a little bit slimy.
Yeah, slimy, a little more than silky. That flavor mixture of the peanut butter whiskey and then the melon, really, it's not flavors I typically think to put together, but it's really nice in this.
Yeah, on top of that, the lemon juice gives it quite a bit of acidity that really brightens up all of those flavors and kind of make it a refreshing drink, even though it is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Definitely call it dessert.
Now I'm really looking forward to this next cocktail, which we modified just for St. Patrick's Day and just for you guys, but kind of for us too. It is a very vibrantly colored cocktail, which is something we like on this channel a lot.
That's right, and if you like vibrantly colored cocktails, or if you just love movies and cocktails, we would really appreciate it if you'd take a second and go below, like and subscribe, and maybe give us a comment. Tell us what color drink you'd like to see next.
Yeah. Or what movie you would like us to create cocktails for next, because we got a whole bunch, we do all different genres and everything, and we have a lot of fun doing it.
That's right.
So on to drink number 4, the St. Patrick's Day version of Hakuna Matata.
Combine in a mixing glass 1.5 ounces of Jameson, half an ounce of Midori, 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice, half an ounce of lime juice. Add ice and stir until chilled and strain into a rocks glass with a large rock. And garnish with a maraschino cherry.
And here we have the Hakuna Matata.
Yes.
Irish Jameson St. Patrick's Day style.
Which I think Hakuna Matata could totally be like a song that's like
Sung in a pub.
sung in an Irish pub. That's totally like their vibe, right?
Totally.
I'm gonna take a drink.
So you take a drink. So, full disclosure here, we have never tasted this drink yet. So typically we make it with tequila. And now for St. Patrick's Day, we wanted another green drink, and we said, well, if we're gonna do this, we should just put some Irish whiskey in it. So we swapped out the tequila for the Irish whiskey. And what does the survey say?
It's delicious. I think that
Shocked.
you don't get a whole lot of like punch at all.
Yeah.
So, if you've got a bottle of Jameson, and a lot of I don't drink Jameson drinkers, although who doesn't drink Jameson? It's delicious. I kind of called Jameson the gateway whiskey because it is a like blended Irish whiskey. All Irish whiskeys, in my opinion, make great mixing whiskeys because they've got a pretty like diverse flavor profile. They mix well with everything else. This is a delicious mix. I've had Jameson mixed with various liqueurs, and I've never tried Midori.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever done Jameson and Midori either.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. Now this cocktail does call for 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice, which is really nice. Typically we don't put that much juice, I think, in our cocktails, but it really helps kind of pick this drink up a little bit.
It does. And speaking of pick-me-ups, are you ready to go on an adventure?
Oh my gosh, give me the ring right now.
It's time for the Shire, which is a delicious herbal drink that we cannot wait to share with you.
Let's go. In a shaker tin, muddle white grapes to get 2 ounces of juice. In a mixing glass, combine 2 ounces of white grape juice, 1.5 ounces of scotch, 1 ounce Boomsma herbal liqueur, 1/4 ounce Lillet Blanc, and 3 dashes of rhubarb bitters. Fill with ice and stir until chilled. Strain into a Collins glass prepared with frozen grapes, and serve with a straw.
And here we have the Shire.
Looking very different. Typically, we don't do cocktails like this, but I really loved where your thought was at, coming up with the grapes, kind of using them as ice cubes and making it just very Shire-like.
When I first did this, Brian was not so sure about that.
I got a little caught off guard.
But I think that he likes the idea of the fact that the frozen grapes don't dilute the cocktail. This is a very boozy cocktail, but it's also very cold, so you don't get all of that bite.
Yeah.
So that's one way to get rid of a lot of bite in alcohol, is make sure it's super, super chilled. That's why we oftentimes shake for 30 seconds or stir for 2 minutes, is that we're getting our drinks super chilly and delicious.
Absolutely. And some of our drinks are a little on the boozier side, so it doesn't hurt to dilute them. I haven't had this drink for a while, and compared to like all of these ones, it is very, very chilly, but really, really nice. Again, fresh, but in a different way, not in a desserty way like we had with the Slimer, the Emerald City. Yeah, really, really good. And then also there's the Boomsma Herbal Liqueur, which is an ingredient we don't put in a ton of our cocktails, but we thought it would be perfect for this one.
It is. It's a cloister bitter, which is from a monk who basically picked herbs around the cloister, and then they would make an herbal liqueur out of just the herbs that were around the cloister. It seems very Hobbit-like.
It does. You just gotta make do with what you have.
That's right. And also there's some warmth in there, so that herbal liqueur from Boomsma tastes very like fresh, very sweet, herbal, but not like not licorice-y herbal. More of it's like floral, a little bit of citrusy.
Yeah.
It's very, very delicious and unique. We highly recommend you pick it up.
Yeah, definitely. Now this does include 1.5 ounces of scotch, which is really, really nice. We wanted some of that peatiness, pretty much is what we were going for, right?
Yeah, it really warms up the drink. Very toasty and delicious. And it pairs super well with that cloister bitter.
So you can see we have 5 awesome cocktails, 5 great green cocktails, and we have also paired them with a movie for you to watch. But the internet's also had some movies that they suggested for St. Patrick's Day. And it's kind of an interesting list. Maybe not all the ones I would have chosen, but they got some good ones.
So it's a mix. It's a mix of what IMDb has recommended, as well as a few that we've picked out ourselves that we thought would be really good for St. Patrick's Day. So hitting the top of a lot of lists, and admittedly one that we have not watched, but we are curious too, is Sink Street.
Yeah, watch the trailer for it, and it looks really, really good. So if you guys have seen that and would recommend it, definitely let us know, because we would like to check it out. But we have a lot of movies we have to watch and create cocktails for, so we don't always have time to watch the movies. There's like a whole bunch of Best Picture movies out that we haven't even seen yet. If we should spend the 1.5 to 2 hours watching it, definitely let us know. Speaking
of burning 1.5 to 2 hours on a movie that maybe we shouldn't have watched, but we do recommend for St. Patrick's Day, is High Spirits. I made him watch High Spirits.
She didn't make me. I think I was sick that week. That did not heal me by any means. Okay, I don't know if anyone has seen High Spirits out there, but it has an absolutely great cast. We're talking Liam Neeson, Daryl Hannah, Peter O'Toole, Steve Guttenberg from the Police Academy movies, Beverly D'Angelo from all the vacation movies. I mean, it was fantastic just to see that list. And then you kind of start watching the movie and you're like,
I thought it was good.
Wait a minute. Who was like, you know what? Yeah, we should definitely just green light this.
I mean, that may have been a week where you had a little too much of that green NyQuil.
Yeah.
I thought it was decent.
No, it's not. It's very 80s. It's sort of late 80s. And it's really hard to believe Liam Neeson has a very small part. It's hard to believe that in like 4 or 5 years after this, he's playing Oscar Schindler in Schindler's List. It's a little wild.
Another one that is a little more recent and has a great cast as well is the Banshees of Inisherin.
Yes.
It was not recommended by IMDb, but we recommend it.
Definitely. If you're a Colin Farrell fan, he is absolutely great in it. Also, if you haven't seen The Penguin, Colin Farrell is great in that too. But, I mean, what a diverse actor. To be able to go from something like that to The Penguin is pretty wild.
Yeah, I think that one thing that I found with the Banshees of Inisherin is that it really spoke to the stubbornness of Irish people.
That's where I get it from.
That's where you get it
Thanks,
from.
Mom. So another one that seems pretty intense, pretty dramatic is The Wind That Shakes the Barley with Cillian Murphy.
So we've only watched the preview, but it looks really appropriate for St. Patrick's Day because it's all about them gaining independence from the UK. Which, a little known fact, I don't know if it's little known in America because...
Always a me.
St. Patrick's Day, St. Patrick is known for
What was it? It's the snakes.
the snakes.
Snakes.
For driving snakes off of the island.
Did not know that.
I bet Australia and Taiwan would really appreciate a St. Patrick right now.
Probably. Because he probably drove them to
He probably drove them to
and
Australia.
Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Crazy.
And last but not least, if you've got some little ones that you want to watch a movie with, I watched Wolf Walkers, which is on Apple TV, and I thought that was actually pretty good. It's a mythological tale of wolf people who are wolves, and then they're walkers.
Not to be confused with the White Walkers from Game of Thrones.
Yes, I think. I've never seen it.
Seen it now.
Sorry. So we have 5 drinks that are half drunk,
And so is she.
and we have a few movies that we need to watch.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to drink the rest of these because she's out.
So we're gonna have to cheers to that.
I only have 2 hands.
Pick your weapons.
All right, cheers. See you next St. Patrick's Day. Hopefully we'll have 5 more green drinks.
Ready for you. Cheers.